interrupt you, but it's 8 o'clock right on the dot. So.
All right. Gotcha.
All right, we should be live. So let me. I guess we put it on the wrong screen. Here we go. Now we're
counting down.
Now we're counting down. We're good to go now. Instagram, everything.
Oh, look at that screen up and down.
Yeah. Well, you might be on the wrong one. So go to the other link.
Oh, it's coming across now.
All right, cool. All right, folks, welcome to the podcast. Got some fabulous guests tonight. We got Cody. No love. MMA fighter. He's got a whole clothing line. We got to check that out tonight. Angelo from TNA. And we got Alex from Lawless Garage. Looks like we got a lot of people in the chat so far.
We do.
Make sure you're spamming that thumbs up. All right. We got 2 minutes. Les, you got anything to say? I can't hear you.
Can you hear us now?
Heck yeah. But I forgot to tell you, I did mute you, so they can't hear you.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Oh yeah, this is the most we've had on this in a long time, folks. So that's what's really cool. No, I'm talking about on at one time, 6 people.
Oh, yeah, 6. Yeah,
people are just coming in now. We just started, so it usually picks up. So we'll be good.
Yeah, we're testing your AV skills tonight, buddy.
11, 10, 9, and 6. I was counting up. I was backwards. Just kidding. 2, 1, 0. All right, folks. All right, we got to go with our members first. Anyway, here's our members. Thank you guys for helping us out on YouTube, and it's going to help us out in a lot of things in the future, folks. So we got William, we got Tony, we got Iowa, which is, I think, your friend in Iowa.
It's Donna.
Donna,
yeah.
yes.
She's in the comments as well.
And Riding Fish is in the comments. Thank you, Riding Fish. You're the one that is responsible for all this. Will's Divided, Poppy's Adventure, Bob Cole, Gator Mike, and the Mix Boy, and R Indian Adventures, and Tim Arnold, Wind Therapy Addict, and Kevin is brand new to the supporter role. So thank you. I really appreciate that, guys. All right, so let's go to the next screen. In the calendar, as you guys know, this Friday, January 30th, we have a pop-up live, which is not pop-up anymore because everybody knows it's scheduled. Anyway, we got Christine Kramer and Calvin Kramer. He is a Indian motorcycle ambassador, so yes. And we got the Creative Cruiser on February 3rd at 8 p.m. And then February 10th, at 8 p.m., we have Jason from Brave Wolf Customs. And then February 17th is still open. I know I said I had maybe somebody there, but it's open right now. We are looking for a guest, and then more info coming in for end of February and March. And then February 24th, we have at 8 p.m., probably our largest podcast we're ever going to have, Mike Kennedy, the CEO of Indian Motorcycle. And if you haven't already heard, go to our Facebook. There's a couple links there for vendors and for viewers. They have separate questions, and make sure you do the right one. So if you're a viewer and you're not making aftermarket parts or a dealer and that kind of stuff, then make sure you're doing the viewer submitted questions. And then we're going to, kind of summarize them. And if it's like a question that is all by itself and nobody else has asked, we're going to say, hey, guess what? Max asked this question and that kind of stuff. But if it's a bunch of people that kind of say the same thing, we're just going to summarize that. Anyway, let's go to the next one. We got our friends, and we're going to pop up some cameras here too, by the way. Here we go. So the next screen here, folks, as you can see, our friends, most of them are actually, a couple of them are here right now, Lawless Garage, and we got TNA, all right, Customs. Yeah. And then we got Cody right there in the corner there. If you guys can look at this, go check them out. These guys help us out a lot with guests, and it just keeps on, it keeps on spreading. Every time we do a podcast, we get like another link here, another link there, or somebody that would be interested on the podcast. So we got a lot of interest being on here, which is really good. We got 44 people and we got 9 likes. So what's going on there, folks? Let's get them likes going. All right. So we got one person watching on Instagram. So it is on Instagram tonight. So let's go to the main screen, and you guys know how it goes. We just ask a couple questions, and then it just goes off the rails. So let's go.
It goes off the rails.
All
Pretty accurate.
All right, Cody, how's it going, man? Welcome to the podcast. You got
It's going great.
You got some friends here.
Yeah, I got a lot of friends, man. It's great. And hopefully some new friends.
Oh
you know,
yeah.
to have in life, and yeah, things are good. You know, I just had a daughter 3 weeks ago. I'm in fight camp for UFC 326, so I'm redlining. I'm redlining everything I do in life. So it's fun. A lot of stuff going on, but I'm happy to be here and talk.
Yeah,
about
I'm
work.
glad you could join.
Yeah, you're getting ready for a fight, right?
Yes, I'm heavy. I'm heavy in the camp right now. This is probably like the hardest week of camp, the heaviest. So it's, you know, usually you do training camp starts out, and obviously, you know, it's mixed martial arts. So you have to do the boxing, the wrestling, the kickboxing, the grappling, the conditioning, the weight the weight management. So you know, I'm my 3rd week into an 8-week fight camp. I usually do 8 weeks. Constantly always training, you know, the life as a martial artist. You're always in the gym. You're always, you know, working on your skills, you know, perfecting them, new techniques. But in fight camp is where you really sharpen your sword as far as, hey, I'm getting ready for this opponent. I'm fighting a guy from China that has 40 fights. You know, he's a tough individual. You know, they're trying to build that region of Asia with their fighters. So they paired us up. He's more of a striker, kind of takes one to give one. So for me, I love those kind of fights. Those would get me motivated, you know. And you know, he's fighting me. I'm a former world champion, so this is a huge opportunity for him. First time fighting in the States. You know, he's trying to make a name off him, you know, for himself, and I'm trying to keep my legacy alive. So there's a lot on the stake, on the table for this fight. But training's going great. I'm here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I've been training at the UFC Performance Institute. I incorporated a new boxing coach from Australia that's been here as his own gym. So we've been really crafting my skills, my striking skills. And then my wrestling coach just moved back from Japan. So we've been working, you know, boxing and wrestling. That's my 2 base martial arts that I grew up on doing and loving. So getting back to that, you know, those disciplinaries, those basics of just perfecting them has been feeling amazing, you know. So like I said, this is the toughest week, I would say, of camp. So you kind of like go up, and then, you know, deload week next week, and then you ramp up the last 4 weeks, and you start tailoring down. Obviously, when you start cutting a little bit more weight, you know, your weight drops. The intensity still stays, you know, really high, but the duration of your practices and your training sessions have to kind of be at like a 45-minute, you know, because the fight's 15 minutes, but you got to constantly prepare and get your body ready for, you know, 15 minutes of high action pace and whatever this guy's willing to throw at you.
Wow.
And you're doing that with a newborn in the house. Congratulations.
Yeah, newborn.
Yeah.
You have my utmost respect.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. You know, I've done this before. You know, I have a 7-year-old son, so a little bit different. When I had my son, I was a world champion at the time, and I was coming off of a lengthy layoff with injury. So the first year that I had him, I didn't fight because I had torn my back and I had to have some procedures done overseas. So I was just in rehab for almost a whole year before I fought, defending my title. So, you know, it was a blessing in disguise. I got to be there and not have to worry about, hey, constantly training. I was there, you know, with him. But this camp, and then obviously having my daughter now, it's like I come home from, like, I look forward to come home and be with her and kind of like unwind, because I'm always, you know, in fight mode. You know, when I come home, I'm with her, I'm being soft, I'm being, you know, gentle with her. But then when it's time to flip that switch to go back to the training mode or go back to, you know, me being a fighter, it's kind of like the similar thing on fight day. Like, you know, you can't be revved up at 7 in the morning when you're fighting, you know, at 6, 7 at night, you know. So for me, it's like being calm, cool, and collected, going about my day, and then being able to flip the switch. That's something that I've always been able to do in my athletic career, whether it's wrestling, boxing, MMA fights. I can always be joking around, having a good time. And, you know, when it's time to, the lights are on, it's time to flip the switch, go into that fight mode. That's something I was always able to do, is, you know, enjoy it. I think it's, you know, it's something that I enjoy to do. So for me, it's like, I'm blessed and thankful that I have these opportunities to go in there and still, do something that I love. As hard as this sport is, I still love to go out there and compete and test myself.
That's cool. So what got you? Well, actually, when is your fight? You got the date already, and so everybody's
March
put it on the
7th.
calendar.
Fight March 7th, UFC 326 here at the T-Mobile in Las Vegas, Nevada. Huge card, great card, stacked top to bottom. I'm fighting Zhang Long. I think his name Zhang Long. And it's the same thing, something like that.
You're not going to drink a beer with him, man. You're just fighting him. So
yeah, those Asians, they like to drink. I've been to their countries. They drink. But yeah, so we're opening up the pay-per-view. So it's a great card, great spot to be on the card. Open up the pay-per-view. It's like they know that's gonna. They usually put like fights there that are going to like, hey, like this is, you don't want to miss these fights. This is open up the pay-per-view and then it's stacked from there. So excited to be on the main card, open it up, time you're fighting. So for me in preparation, I know, hey, I'm probably fighting at 6:30. So all my training will be tailored towards around that time, just to get my body ready to acclimate to that time and go out there and perform.
Nice.
cool.
So how'd you get to meet these guys in this?
So actually, I met Angelo just in passing at Sturgis. I kind of went to Sturgis this past year, kind of on a whim. I wasn't going to go, and then me and my brother just ended up flying out and working with Indian, and they gave us some loaner bikes to work out there. And I was with Kerry Hart and Big B, and cross paths with Angelo. We met, we swapped contacts and to stay in touch. And he's been such a good friend, helps me out a lot with the Indian side of it.
I try to be a good friend.
Yeah, good friend. I mean, he's came to once we found out we had a daughter came out. My girlfriend's family lives in Charlotte, so he was actually down there when we were there. He drove, got her a gift, my daughter a gift, really nice gift, by the way.
You're welcome. That was my wife. That was all
driving me. Drove me to a shop there and introduced me to that. So we got to spend some good times, and then he came out to Vegas and ended up getting his first tattoo about a month ago. Maybe
What does it say? What's it say? Oh yeah.
I did my daughter's names, Ariana and Sophia. Me and my wife got matching tattoos.
He was really proud about it.
I waited till I was 40.
It was. I've been tattooed since I was a kid. I was tattooed since I was a kid, so I was 13, 14 when I had my first tattoos, and we used to hang out with other kids in the neighborhood, and their parents were like, "Oh, you can't be hanging out with the Garbrandt boys, man! Like you're gonna make bad decisions." And now here's Angelo at 40 getting his first tattoo after hanging out with me.
Because I was hanging out with you.
Yeah, exactly.
I was the only guy in the industry without a tattoo. Now Alex is.
Oh, yeah.
So
you had to.
Alex is next.
No, I only have tattoos that I did on my own, but one day I'll get real ones.
Also to Alex,
you gotta set him up with
Alex. Yeah, getting to know Alex was, reached out with some parts and kind of made that connection there. So we'd always send out the parts, and super thankful for being able to put some, top parts on my bike. And that's something that I always liked to do, the comfortability, and then just helping out like on any questions I have, coming from like trying to build this Indian. We've got a Sport Chief RT that we're building up that Indian gave me to build up. So I was, hey, it'd be great to have this opportunity to build it up. So, using a lot of his parts and getting stuff on there. So collaboration with him.
Is that really your bike that's behind Angelo now?
I think so. Didn't you say you were sending that to me, Angelo?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It depends if I ever get it back together. I was going to take your bike in LA the other day. I saw it there. It was nice and pretty, but I couldn't find the
good, man. Lighting, everything, man. Your ambience is great, man. I'm in the corner of my, my office was behind me, but and then obviously that turned into a nursery. So it's got pink shit all over. I'm not going in there with the boys. I was going to go. There's a little stand there. I'm like, I'm not going in and taking this pink room.
You let your feminine side out.
Put a chandelier up for my daughter. It's super gross. I'm staying in the hallway.
Yeah, it's funny how that repurposing works.
Right? Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. I said whatever. She's like, it's funny because my garage is full of bikes, and slowly started to move my vehicles out. Okay, right. It hurts me, man. Okay, moved it out, and then she was like, when the baby comes, I would like to, be nice just to park in the garage. And I was like, oh, that's where I draw the line right there. I'm like, you can park in the in the driveway. You got the driveway, it's good. You got the remote. I'll come out. If you need help with the groceries, I'll come grab the groceries, help the baby. But we can't downsize the bikes, for a car spot.
Nice. Freaking
Gotta
awesome.
have priorities, right?
The
So-
priorities, 100%.
So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Go ahead, Chris.
No, you go ahead. You're good. What were we gonna
Garages are for bikes.
say? Yeah, exactly.
Cars sit outside on the lot.
Cars in the
so they can
driveway.
sit outside
Yeah,
anyway.
for sure. Yeah, bikes
Yeah.
gotta
Some
stay.
cars
can't
can
stay
go in the
up.
garage. Some cars.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
turned my garage into an actual shop. I got a lift and all kind of. Didn't have a tool, years ago. But now I was like, man, I was taking the bikes to all the shops, and I'm like, and I'm so impatient, the way I'm calling, hey, you guys done? Like, let's do this. I'm like, dude, I can do all this here. You know what I mean? So I really got hands on learning to build and work on bikes and do that. It's honestly been such a therapeutic outlet for me to do, because I'm like, I'm a YouTube mechanic, I'm like searching up everything on YouTube, so it takes
Yeah.
me twice as long. And for me, like in my mind, like I'll come in the house and I don't have the bars or something done, or the exhaust something. There's always something you run into. Like I can't sleep at night. Like I won't sleep until it's done. It's like I get obsessive over it. So I'll get up early in the morning, like 4, 5 in the morning before training, and to work on it, tinker on it more until I get it done. And luckily, I have a lot of friends that come over and help out and show me stuff. My buddy just moved from Chicago. He lives a street over. He's got a bunch of knuckleheads, panheads. He's got a lathe and a mill, so he's going to teach me how to run that. So make some old, custom fitting parts, So pretty excited for that. Yeah, I just helped him move in probably like an hour or two ago, moving that lathe and mill. And that was my workout after my workout. So he's here, and
Yeah,
I'm
no
excited
kidding.
to learn
very cool, though.
to learn to build and use that, and just for fun. It's like I like you guys. It's you guys be in the garage for hours, and it's like, holy crap, I'm in here for 6 hours. Like I didn't even have a lift or nothing. I was in a Harbor Freight, just jack. No, man, I can't do
I
this.
polish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I polish. I leave that handlebar stuff to Chris and Les. They do all that kind of hands-on stuff.
Yeah. So you guys know.
Yeah. Not
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Hey, Cody, we have a person on here, Jason Christensen. He said, hey, Cody, my son is interested in MMA and just got out of the Marine Corps. Is it something you recommend or any advice you might have?
Yeah, first and foremost, thank your son for his service.
Definitely.
Really appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely.
But definitely, I have a lot of friends that are former military and in the military, and they come home searching for that brotherhood or the camaraderie to find, and a lot of them do go into martial arts for that brotherhood that you have, and it depends on a lot of the martial arts gyms you go to. You got to go in. For me, like I've been all over the world. I've been to so many different gyms, high level gyms that were in barns, in basement, everywhere, wherever I could train at and get the best training, I went to. So for me, the first thing is try them all out. Go to a few, see which one has the best vibe, best energy, best, for you, for a mental thing too, because you got to go in there and like some days you're going to go in that gym and not want to train. It's relies on a lot of your teammates, your coaches to make it fun and enjoyable for you. Hey, like sometimes you might not progress like you think you should, and learning these martial arts. So for me, I always think it's a marathon, not a sprint. So whatever he gets into, whatever martial arts he gets into, just know it's a lifelong, it's a lifestyle, So go in there and check them out. But I think that would be great for him to go in there and learn self-defense and learn, an outlets of, whatever he went through over there overseas and whatever he's looking for. I think it'd be really beneficial for him, not only physically, but mentally too, to get into a martial arts and do that.
Nice. That's awesome.
Right, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another question on here from Riding Fish. He wanted to know if there's something in your contract that says you can't ride bikes while training.
Dude, it's so funny. I ride my bikes to the TI, and I'll be doing some, like UFC performances too. It's in Vegas as the first one where we train at for all the UFC fighters. And I'll ride the bikes, and I always set off the car alarms, and I'll do like the gnarliest burnouts in the parking lot. and Dr. Duncan is like, oversees everything. He's a great guy from the UK. He comes out, he's like, why's your damn bike gotta be so loud? Setting off the car alarms. I'm like, oh man. So like they love it. They're like, oh man, you ride, how many bikes do you have? Because I'm always riding different bikes. Usually I train a couple times a day, so I ride my bikes. I'll ride one there, come home, eat,
Another
relax a little bit,
one.
ride one back. So I'm like constantly having switching out bikes, and the securities are like, I have the helmets on. I'm like, guys, how many other people ride bikes here? Like, you guys gotta like, I'm at the gate. My fingerprint, usually have a fingerprint, gets you in. My fingerprint doesn't work, so I'm like, I don't know. So I'm waiting at the gate. I'm hitting the button, let in. I'm like, you guys know it's me. Like, but no, there's no contract that says that we can or can't ride a bike. It's kind of at our discretion. I know a lot of NFL or other, professional athletes have it in their contract that they're not allowed to. But Harley used to sponsor the UFC. So
Right.
Yeah.
we were
Yeah. Right.
won the Ultimate Fighter. They gave bikes to the champion. Like my friend won Ultimate Fighter. I forget what season that was, and they gave him a breakout. And he never ridden a bike in his life, and they took him to the course and everything, and he had it for a while, and ended up selling it, and then during COVID selling it, and investing that money into his own martial arts academy, and it's blowing up. I'm super happy for him. But so he used to, and I was sponsored by Harley back in the day, but they don't do shit anymore. I mean, it's not like when I was getting, I'm Indian true and true, because this, not because they're giving me free bikes, but man, they understand, like, hey, I enjoy riding. You know what I mean? Like, even I was getting ready to buy a Harley a few years ago and reach out to whoever was the marketer for the Harley. He's like, oh yeah, I'm sure you can go down to the dealership and they'll give you a good discount or whatever. And I was like, yeah, right. These dealers aren't doing shit for that. But Indian's been great. Obviously working with the Ford Series and getting paired up with Kraus as well. Like, I love Sasha and the guys. Like, he's got a phenomenal team that I work with, and getting that bike from him. And then obviously, Taylor from Indian letting me, do the Sport Chief RT build on my own. Like, I think that'd be something cool. Cause I've been doing a lot of FXRs. I've been doing a lot of FXRs. So those are pretty basic, builds, as far as like the wiring, and I can do a lot of this. I've done everything but a new motor, been in the motor. So done everything else besides that. So like I said, I've been learning a lot. It takes a lot of time for me to do, but it's fun. It's fun in between fights, and I just enjoy it. I do enjoy it. So there's no contract that says we can't ride. Like I said, I ride every day. I'm like the only one out here that's 112-degree heat that's riding. Like, I don't see anybody else riding. Everyone's like, you're too crazy. I'm like, that's the best time I ride. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
Wait a minute. They call you a chicken because you're the one. All you guys fight for a living. You guys shouldn't be scared of anything.
Ooh, man, I'm scared.
Ride a bike, that should be easy.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Man. Well, hey,
right.
Jason Christensen says you should come with us on the Legends ride, on Fish's ride. What about that?
Yeah.
I think we've already got him convinced for that one.
Good. Yeah. That's what I
Forget
told my
where
girl
we're
this
meeting,
week.
but we're gonna meet somewhere.
Yeah. I want to
As
go
long
on.
as there's no fight. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I said to my girl, and then other like shows that I want to go to. As long as there's no fight that interferes with training, then I can go. And I've been wanting to go on like a cross country, like go out and just do some like grimy biker shit, just camp out, do all, maybe not camp out. I'm more of a camper.
Hotels.
Oh, you said it now. You're going to have to do it.
I flew to Sturgis this year, so
Camp out in the hotel.
Yeah.
You
This
going
year
to
I went
Sturgis?
right up to Sturgis, right up from Vegas to Sturgis. Got a few friends that did that last year. So yeah, just go on some more trips, enjoy it, and just, taking the scenery, do all that. Put the miles down, right? What they say, the best thing they put on a bike is not parts and stuff, it's miles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Moto Kyle
That's what they
says,
say.
has a question also. Cody, seems like our Forge bike is everywhere at all the events. Have you had time to ride it much?
Man, that is a great question. It's like, if you have a split custody with a kid, it's like, you take it from you for a certain time, then you want it back. You just dying to get it back. No, man, I think I had like a little over 1,000 miles on that bike. Because it was at Sturgis for a while. Then transportation there really jacked up the bike. Crowds had to go and redo the suspension. They scuffed up the bags. They got some, scratches on the tanks. things like that. And then obviously they took it to this past weekend to LA. But yeah, Sturgis, it was probably 2 months I didn't have that bike until I got back.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
same for me.
yeah, I was
Sounds-
like, oh,
Yeah, sounds
Alex
like
knows
right.
all about the scratches.
Go ahead.
oh
Liz.
yeah. I
Yes.
came back. I'm like, man, they scratched my bags up. I think
My
after,
bike was terrible also, and then my season is fucking short here, and then it came back like in September, and I put it in the shed like in October, I think. So I had a month. My bike.
that's not fun. So yeah, Billy said they're supposed to be back any day now. So I'm just kind of waiting on the delivery, because I mean I truly do love riding that bike. It's just super torquey, and it just sounds good. It's fun to ride. It's it's lifted 4 inches in the rear, so it's like I'm on my tiptoes. I hope I don't come to stop that. People are like, oh, you can't touch it, but it's a canyon carver, and it's definitely, man, one of my more enjoyable bikes to ride.
That's what you got in the rear. That one there.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh wow.
that's some fancy shit.
They got the
Nice.
all-ins in the back. Yeah, it's
4 inches
Like-
taller too. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to touch the ground anymore.
I'm on my tiptoes, man. Like I try to lean the bike to one side just when I come to the
Yeah.
stoplight, so no one's like, "Oh, look, you can't touch the bike." But
Yeah,
it's a
exactly.
fun bike. They did a really good job on that build. They really have.
So, Les, you had something right there, right? What was your
I was
question?
just reading a comment here. Writing Fish has jumped in the comments here and says, sounds like he wants you to go on that Route 66 trip for sure. He says he needs a bodyguard. So
Mhm.
Oh, hey, I can do that for sure. Yeah, we got that handled, definitely. That'd
So,
be fun, yeah.
let me break in here for a second. Just let everybody know, Angelo is owner of TNA Customs. I think he does have a partner. I don't know. He can probably explain that kind of stuff in the business. I don't know what we were talking about last night. But what do you guys do? Huh?
What do? We make carbon fiber parts for India Motorcycle. We're one of the original companies to start making carbon fiber parts for Indian. My wife is my partner. She's
Okay, cool.
she's inside with the kids right now. But Tanya does all the behind the scenes stuff while I get to do all this fun stuff. But yeah, we've developed basically for every model, we've developed a line of carbon fiber for it. We got the new Chieftain here in the background that we're just getting wrapped up for Daytona. There's some new parts coming out for that we should have them on the bike hopefully by the end of next week. But yeah, I bought an Indian in 2020, and there was basically no aftermarket whatsoever. There was ape hangers and slip-on exhaust.
Yeah.
2021, I ordered a set of B bars from Alex at Lawless. I didn't even know who he was, but he was the only guy with something aside from those big meat hook things that everybody uses. The end of 2021, I bought a carbon fiber fender, and I wasn't too happy with it, so we decided to start making our own. We made a fender and a couple parts for my personal bike, and then it just turned into something else, and we've kept growing. I think I want to say we're one of the premier carbon fiber brands out there right now. Pretty much, I know these two guys are running my carbon on their bikes right now as well.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
So, Angelo, can you go a little more in depth about carbon? Because there's a lot of misconceptions out there. A lot of people think it's fragile, that it'll break on you, and then you're stuck with a broken fender and everything.
And we have a good story about it being not so fragile.
not so fragile at all. So carbon, there's different types of carbon fibers. Okay, so there's a wet layup carbon, which is super flimsy. It's not structural. This is pre-preg carbon fiber. So the carbon fiber comes in frozen mats that are infused with resin, and then we take the mats and we cut a pattern, like you'd cut a pattern for a suit jacket or something, and then they get laid out in a mold. And as you layer your patterns, you create strength. 2 to 3 layers of carbon fiber, so like 3 millimeters of carbon fiber is equivalent to the strength of 3/8 of an inch aluminum. So it's super strong. Mike Zapania, the owner of Ride Culture, got T-boned, and his front forks broke, but his front fender did not. Alex has a great story about carbon fiber. Alex, why did you tell them that story?
Yeah, we were riding last Daytona Bike Week to the proper performance show at like I don't know in miles, but it was 200 kilometers, so maybe I don't know 100 miles, something like that.
No, 200 kilometers an hour is like 165 miles an hour, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we were going fucking fast, and then the bolts of the mirror of Angelo snapped. Oh, you have my fairing
I
actually.
have, I have it right here.
And then his mirror snapped, and he lost his mirror. It
Wow.
hits my fairing, and the fairing didn't even crack or whatever. There was like a
A mark in
third
the
of an
paint.
inch mark, yeah, on the paint. And then he was like, you know what? We're going to hang up this one, and I'm going to give you another one. And then I had to do
This is gonna
the
go on the
paint
wall.
again. So I had to negotiate with my painter. Like, you know what? I got a new fairing, and then you have to redo the same pattern we did last time. He was like, you serious? Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's
Yeah,
the stuff that we use is really really strong. Like it's the same carbon
it
fiber
is.
used in the Ford GT supercar.
Mm,
So it's it's
nice.
it's not gonna break. Like they make the frame out of that. That we make the door panels, bumpers, everything out of it. But this is our forged carbon fiber, so it's a different kind of pattern. It's not your
Okay.
traditional stuff. It's starting to grow on me, especially
Hmm.
because this entire bike is going to be made out of it. But yeah, it's like I said, it's really strong. Like I can't even bend this thing. It's the thickness of a
Yeah.
piece of paper. So yeah,
Yeah,
you
so it's
can't go
very,
wrong
very,
with
very
carbon
strong.
fiber.
Very strong. Well, the reason I was asking is because we've had some people asking who is Angelo and who is Alex, and I was like, okay, now Alex, it's your turn.
Yeah, okay. So that backstory. So yeah, it's me and Manuel here at Lawless Garage. We're really a small team. It started as a hobby when we were both working in an Indian motorcycle dealership. I was a heavy equipment operator in the construction. Pandemic hit, and then I had to find a job to put some food on my table. So one of my friend had a dealer and asked me to sell some bike, and I was a salesman when I was younger. So I decided to go, and then just realizing there was a lack of aftermarket parts back in 2020. So we just started to mock up some things on the bike in the dealership when we had some spare time and all. And then Manuel was the director over there at the dealership, and we were knowing each other since we are teenagers, but we weren't like best friend and whatsoever. That's not like the cutest story ever, but yes, I have some abilities and skills that he doesn't, and he has some abilities and skills that I don't. So we just decided to team up together to start Lawless Garage. And then what started as a hobby, like I said, quickly became like our full-time job. So I was out for 2 years. I was working on construction in the day and going to the shop in the night just to do some all the orders. Manuel was assembling during the days and all that stuff. And then after that we just started to pay ourselves, and then we're here today. Yeah. So now we're living from that. I'm not saying we're living as good as we were, but we're trusting the process, and then it's a hell of a life, and I like it. I love it also.
So Mike from Ride Culture sent me a message one day, and he said, "Man, hey, I think Cody might want to come on your podcast because I'm talking to Angelo and I'm talking to Alex. Well, actually, Alex wasn't involved yet, and I said, really? I said, well, I'm going to have them text you and see what we can do to get you on the podcast. At that time, you didn't have a fight yet, Cody, scheduled.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, so I said, what about? Because I've always said, hey, what about in February? What about March? And I said, you know what? What about February? I mean, I'm sorry, uh, January 27th, because I gave a deadline, and you agreed, and Angelo agreed, and then Alex got involved, and he came onto the podcast, which you guys are all good friends. So I really appreciate these guys helping us get you on the podcast. So I want
Yeah.
to make sure they get the recognition that they deserved. I appreciate them guys, and also Mike from Ride Culture, because he's the one that actually started this whole thing. So, and hey, you guys are all friends, and hopefully everybody in this all of us will be friends, and we'll be riding on Route 66, right, Cody?
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, I'm in. Make
And,
it happen.
yeah, and I saw your
Fred
bike.
said I'm not allowed to come.
No way. Come
Oh.
on.
I'm not allowed to come because he's gonna lose his license if he rides with me. Apparently.
Yep. That's not good. But the other thing is, guys, if you're new to the podcast, please like and subscribe. We are friends to all aftermarket parts dealers, and I guess you can say manufacturers, dealers also of Indians. If somebody has a dealership wants to come on to the podcast, we'll do that too. All we want to do is support the Indian side of things. We also have a dark side to us. We also allow Harley Davidson riders on here and influencers and that kind of stuff. So we don't want to be impartial. We all at the end of
Allow?
the day. No, I'm just kidding.
No, welcome Harley Davidson
Yeah,
riders.
we welcome. Yeah, we welcome. But
And we welcome Goldwing riders too.
yeah, Gold Ring. Yes.
Yeah.
It's all about at the end of the
Wrestling
day
shots.
the ride, right?
It's
guys?
all about two wheels.
Yeah, two wheels.
Hey.
That's right.
3 also.
Oh, whatever, Connie.
Hey.
Is there
You heard
any
me.
is there any questions in there, Connie, that we might have missed? Because that's what she's been doing, is writing down questions.
Well, actually, Writing Fish asked what carbon do the King of the Bagger bikes use?
They run TNA carbon fiber.
Exactly.
All
there
the
you
Indian
go.
teams run our carbon fiber. So
Very cool.
we just shipped out a big order today to Vance and Hines. And I forget the other guy. Like Tab Performance just put an order in again this morning for their bike for this year as well. We've made a few modifications to the carbon for the race bikes this year. It's a little bit
Are they
thinner.
legal? Racing is all about stretching the rules, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
We made some changes in certain places to make it a little bit more aerodynamic, but added volume in other places where it needed. So I think they're going to be a real contender again this year.
Awesome.
Wow.
That's great.
I knew there was something.
So, Cody, do you like King of the Bagger racing?
Yeah, oh yeah, I've watched a lot of them. They're awesome. I think the way they can handle those bikes. I went to a track day a few times and got to ride with some of those guys that are part of it. And man, they're just phenomenal. I love it. I learn a lot each track day. I'm always trying to go in and just level up as a rider. Obviously, the way that I ride is kind of like I fight. All out, this red line, so
Yeah.
as comfortable and as skilled as I can get on the bike. Obviously, number one goal is coming home to the family, but also enjoying riding. So I'm always doing the courses and trying to just, out here it's kind of flat, it's not too many curves and turns and stuff. But, I go back to Ohio and I try to go on those routes that are, Canyon Carbon. I really try to, really test my limits on those routes. And there's a Mount Charleston up here that I usually ride up to. It's about an hour from my house. So it's an hour ride there. And then it's probably like 10, 15 minute ride up the canyon. A lot of turns and, switchbacks and things like that. So it's fun and enjoyable. So I always try to go up there, just ride in that desert, heat.
Yeah.
Getting up there when you get up there. So it's like, it's like AC. It's like, you just don't want to come down you don't want to come down the canyon. You don't want to come down the mountain because it's like, as soon as you hit the bottom of the canyon, it's just a full blast, like heater on you, and then you got to ride all the way back. So it's worth it. But like I said, when I go back to Ohio and I'm down south and stuff, I usually go.
Sounds like you're selling me a trip, man.
I'll tell you what.
Alex, we got to bring them.
Yeah, Route 66, we can go on, but I got plenty of bikes for you guys to come out and ride. So they need ridden. I got a couple that are in production, getting built right now. One of my builders that is out here, his name is Roger Stade. He's a phenomenal builder. I mean, he is just OCD on everything. Actually,
Yeah, they're all are. Like my partner Manuel is like the biggest OCD guy I know. Like he's doing his thing, I'm doing mine, but at the end of the day, like I'm always amazed about what he's doing. So I know what you're saying about OCD's builders.
That's what something. He's an older gentleman too, so I don't rush him on anything. My other friend, he lives on the other side of town, so it's about a 45-minute drive without traffic. He's like, I was thinking about just mailing the parts out to him because I got them all sent to my house, the ones that we needed. He's like, I need these other parts to finish the bike up. And my other buddy just came and grabbed them. He's going to ride them over there. He's got a mill and a lathe as well, so he helps out with making parts and stuff for the other guys' bikes. But same thing, I was going to go over there and learn to do a lot of stuff with him. But this guy, he works all night. He'll start at like 11. I'm like, hey man, I'm falling asleep at 9:30. I'm fighting to sleep at 9:30. I can't be working all night and then go do that. But he's great. We ride a lot. We ride a lot with him, but just his intricacy of attention to detail on the bikes are just phenomenal. So he's actually building a FXRP. I got a police bike, a 1990 FXRP. That I bought from a gentleman. Bought it. First ride, dies, ignition. So I had to put a new ignition in it. Then I'm riding it like 2 or 3 times. Man, the bottom gaskets are leaking. I had to get a brand new engine. Then I'm like, you know what? Let's just go completely through this bike. So I did a full frame build up on it. Super excited how it's turning out. If you guys see some of my stories, he posts a little bit on it. So that one's fun. And I also got a chopper. I think I'm turning into a chopper guy. I got a 48 pan head. Actually, I just spoke to here. My builder out here got it. So and he's really does like more like dusty, crusty, choppers. And I'm like, hey man, I want a show bike. I want myself to be like pristine. So I'm chromed it all out. So we got all the parts and the Springer, and he rebuilt the engine. So I just got actually FaceTimed him, and he's gonna build it all up. And then obviously Steven, Finished FX. He's painted a few of my bikes. He's gonna come pick it up probably a month, hopefully a month and a half, and get the bike painted, custom painted, and then it should be ready to rip. So I'm excited. I've never ridden a chopper, suicide shift, no front brake. So I'm excited.
That'll be cool.
Oh my God.
The real essence of biker, the real bike are choppers, right?
Real bikes, yeah. You gotta ride the chopper. I mean, those will be little short trips. I'll trailer that to the shows and stuff like that. But
I call them the ice cream bike. You go to an ice cream shop and then you go back home.
Hey, come home.
Yep.
Alex, we got to bring Cody to France with us.
Oh yeah. He'll struggle even more than you to understand though.
Were we riding Vespas out there or what?
No, we ride Indians through the Alps, man.
All right, okay, that's all I need. That's all I needed to hear.
Yeah,
Alex and Manuel and myself, we did 300 miles through the Alps.
I remember you telling me that.
Oh, wow.
What experience that is?
It was an amazing experience. It's a once in a lifetime experience, honestly.
Yeah, and the best part of it it was hot as shit, like 90 degrees outside. Not even cold. Like that was fucking.
That's cold
sick.
for Cody.
Yeah, but then in the Alps, it's hot.
Yeah, I might have to bring a jacket.
Yeah, but no, riding in the Alps was something else. That was cool. Nice experience. I was super grateful from an Indian to involve us in being a jury over there in a motorcycle contest, chopper and club style. That was really sick.
That's cool. So all right. So it looks like I got a message from Mike from Ride Culture here. He said, tell Angelo the aftermarket community thanks him for all his contributions and work in the background. Folds of honor, working with different companies, making introductions, and always looking out for good of the community. And we had this discussion last night, kind of the same thing, that you like to have all the community all together, working together, being one force, and kicking butt for Indian. And I 100% agree, and that's awesome. And by the way, if anybody doesn't know, that Folds of Honor bike literally went for $180K for Folds of Honor at the Barrett Jackson auction. That was freaking awesome. And I'm trying to catch up with the comments here. And the one thing about this podcast, Cody, is we kind of trying to break in as much as we can to kind of support the viewers that watch us and that kind of stuff.
That's great.
It's freaking awesome. That way if they got a question for you, they can answer it. So if you guys have a question for Cody, make sure you guys put it in the comments with a Q, okay? Because I know he has training, and I know he said he had to leave a little bit early. So make sure you guys get them in now, because time is running out for him. The rest of us will stay on the show and we'll go forward. But Cody will be leaving shortly, so you guys got a few minutes to get some questions.
Davidson Audio had a
Oh.
couple.
Yeah, Davison Audio said that Cody. He says, "Why don't you have a Davison Audio on your motorcycle?"
Davison Audio.
Davison Audio. He's like
great. Yeah, I'm using the
Cardio.
Cardos. The
The
Cardio.
Cardos.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we'll throw one of these in these builds. I got a few builds I'm actually building right now. I ended up getting a stunt bike, an FXR stunt bike, so doing the wheelies and the hot dog shit. So, but I have a few bikes that I can put in. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. I have to work something out.
BJ showed me your new toy the other day.
Oh, yeah, BJ.
Yeah, the wheelie machine. I gotta come try that thing out.
Yeah. I bought a wheelie machine because I was and I'm like, dude, I can't like in camp. I can't just be like crashing all the time. I had a Honda Grom that I'm learning the wheelies on, and you do them on. And I was finally like, man, I was dumping that thing like all left and right, just breaking shit off it. Like those Groms are they can just take a beating. So I got a wheelie machine out of California to hook it up, and it's so nice. And my buddy that's teaching me, he's really good at stunts as well. His name's Jerem, younger cat. And I go with a guy named that does a lot of filming for movies. Like he's does stunts for Tom Hardy and a lot of the movies like Venom and stuff. Tony Cavaja. He's out here, and I went to a lot a few times with him. And it's like these guys are doing the craziest, gnarliest, stoppies and no hand stop, like crazy. So I learned, but I'm like, I crashed a few times. I'm like, man, I can't do this. So I come up with elbow pads on, knee pads on. I'm suited and booted when I go out there. Red's fun too, just doing a little wheelie here and there. And, I'm not gonna get too crazy on it, but when I'm in camp, I hook my bike up to the wheelie machine, the ground with the wheelie machine, because I can't. If I loop it or take it down, man, it's concrete as you're older hurts a lot more than when you're younger. I've
No kidding.
It's unforgiving. I'm like, oh man, we used to crash our bikes
for
or do
that.
crazy things as kids, and you get up like, oh man, I'm good. You'd be scraped up all, road rash. Now I'm like, man, I'm limping for weeks. I'm like, oh, my scabs aren't, I'm getting road rash on my legs. I did a wheelie out here one time in front of my house on the Grom, and it was so good.
It doesn't look like a good idea. You're like
I crashed, and a car was passing by, and it was an older gentleman, and he was like, it just reminded me of my grandfather, like bitching at me for doing something stupid in front of him. He's like, go down the window. He's like, he goes, why the hell would you do that, son? And I was like, I didn't even know what to say. I just picked my bike up. The pegs were broken. I just limped it back home around the block. I was like, oh man, right in front of it. Like, dude, come on. No one ever rides on that street. This guy. Yeah, son.
Well, Cody, it doesn't sound like you're too much into the bagger scene, but when you're ready, David Audio says when you get a bagger and need audio, said he's got you.
Awesome. Yeah. I got a Road Glide we can put one on. Put something. That'd be great.
Actually, that's a great idea. So I've
Road
ran
Glide.
Davidson Audio in a few of my builds. And this bike behind me is getting the newest David Audio system. I should be here any day. So
awesome.
That's why it's not so together. But
right.
Brandon's
I'll reach out to
really
you on
great
Instagram
product.
or something. That'd be great. Yeah.
I'll send you his number.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
right.
I've actually
Okay.
I've heard a few of those. I've heard a few of those systems in person, and believe me, if you put one on your bike, you won't want any other system on your bike.
It is loud.
That's what I like to hear.
Your neighbors will love it. Your neighbor's neighbor will love it. It's
my neighbors love me starting the bikes up, but I did buy a Road Glide that had the saddle speakers. You couldn't tell the difference. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, you will with his. Yeah.
Davidson Audio.
I'm like, I can't hear it at all.
Yeah,
Remember back in the day when those guys would drive around with the Honda with the subs in the trunk, and that's all you could hear?
Mm-hmm.
That's what your bike's going to sound like when it's done.
Oh, wow, awesome. That's
crazy.
Yeah, it's
right.
loud as hell. I mean, let's see. Question. I'm updating YouTube channel info.
I do.
Okay.
I do have a question for Cody. I was wondering how Indian approached you, like knowing you're an industry sponsored by Harley Davidson and all. Like, how they get in touch with you?
The relationship formed. It's kind of a funny story. my buddy BJ, that's he manages Hart and Huntington, Carrie Hart's tattoo shop. He's big, good friends with Carrie, and they, I guess, Forge built a bike from Indian for TJ Dillashaw, the guy that I fought twice for the world championship.
Yeah. Your best.
He's like, hey, why are you building that cheater a bike? He's like, he don't even ride. Cody rides every day. So this was probably like around 2 years ago, I would say, and it was when I first kind of like got into the scene out here, probably a few years ago. And it kind of just, me and Carrie were, we were friends on social media, always, checking in on him and stuff like that. He was a fan of the fights. Obviously, I'm a fan of what he's done in his career. So that's kind of how it happened. Was my buddy BJ said, why are you building a bike for that cheater? Why don't you build a bike for Cody? And then I got in touch with Taylor from Indian and got a ride. They gave me like a loaner bike. I had a Challenger for the first time, and I had the Road Glide at the same time. And I was so impressed with the Challenger ride, going back and like getting off that bike and then riding it and trying to compare it.
Even more when you have both of them and you can compare,
right.
Like you said, like it's
the models.
It's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. It was real stock. I have the CVO, so the Challenger stock had Carrie's pipe on it and some bars, but I was just so impressed with how it handled, the way it felt lighter, didn't feel bottom heavy at all. And I was like, all my guys were, friends were giving me shit for being on Indian. And I'm like, hey, I'm telling you what, this bike performs, the Cub guys were, like, hey, don't be riding those Indians. And then now I ride my, Chieftain out a lot, when we go on these rides. And, I'm smoking these cats. Like, they can't keep up. Like, it's just, I'm like, yeah, there's nothing even, I don't think there's any engine performance on that bike. I mean, obviously, from maybe them deleting the governor, but we got cams and big bore kit. We got sent out and just waiting on Angelo to get the tuner off so we can really rip and do some things. But once I get that back from Daytona, I got to take it again for Daytona, which I'm okay with because I'll be fighting anyways during the same week, which I unfortunately won't be able to go there to the bike week. But yeah, so that's kind of how
we can do. After Daytona, we can take it up to North Carolina and get the boys to
yes.
So that's we'll work that out after.
That'd be perfect. Yeah. Then I'll fly there and we can ride and do the tail of the dragon, do all that.
Yeah, we'll have some fun. Alex, you're gonna have to leave your bike in Florida with me.
Yeah, whatever. It's going still to be the hot season here, so whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you, if you're ever in Ohio, it sounds like you're there a lot, and we're just down in Cincinnati, and there's some nice freaking roads in Kentucky. I mean, all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. I have a few friends that live in West Virginia that usually ride up as well. So get a couple of guys. My brother's a big ride. Both my brothers and stepdad, big riders as well. My brother rides. My older brother, he rides. I fought in Atlanta, and he rode his bike all the way down to Atlanta for my fight.
Oh my God.
That's
taking your life in your hands driving through Atlanta traffic. Good God.
Oh man, yeah, I was like, heck yeah, he loves it. He loves riding. He's been on some longer trips, so I'm kind of jealous of that he's able to do that. But yeah, I mean, we get a nice group and come down. I'm gonna probably come after my son turns 8 right after the week after my fight. So it'll be him, and then I usually go after my fight because I don't have anything to worry about. I can eat the bad food. I can do, I don't have to train as much. So I usually come home. That'd be great. We can set something up where we, come down and meet you guys and go on a good ride. Maybe do a podcast live too, or whatever you guys want.
Yeah, that would be good. That'd be awesome.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Definitely.
you said you keep on talking. How many bikes do you really have? Because you keep on telling us you got a couple on being built. I mean, you got like a lot of bikes. When did you start riding, man?
I started riding. So my uncles and when they ran out of prison, they were incarcerated, and my father was incarcerated as well.
Uh-huh.
But I remember growing up, and when my father was out of prison, he got his arm blew off when he was younger. So my uncle would switch his throttle to the left side.
Okay.
So he'd be ripping on these Harleys, riding wheelies. Like he was, man, just a crazy, crazy guy.
Uh-huh.
And my uncle was in and out of prison as well, and they all had bikes. I was like, man, it was just kind of like biker scene, like at Harleys growing up. Like, oh, these are cool. These guys are cool. Like not knowing, like, man, crazy, So I remember my father always just ripping up on, he had a Harley and just riding wheelies with one arm, So kind of like always was in the scene. Like we'd always sit on the bikes and hear him, Then my other uncle, my mother's brother, had like a street bike, and my brother got a street bike, and I'd always steal that, in like 2007, 2008, I'd go ride it, when he was away at college. And so then I got my own bike. I think about 2009 or 10, I got a bike. So I started riding right around then. I had a Sportster, a little 48. I was constantly had that thing pinned out as much as it could go. You give it everything. Everyone starts on a Sportster, but then I was like, man, when I get a bike again, like I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get it. So then I got a Street Glide. Actually through the UFC. It's a funny story. Once I started getting wins in the UFC and the UFC got behind me, Dana was, hey, get you that Harley. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, he's going to get you that Harley. I'm like, awesome. I'm like, so they called me. I'm like, it was like months and months and of like waiting for the bike. I'm not a person like, hey man, is that bike coming? Like, can I go, he called me one day and he goes, hey, did you ever get that bike? And I'm like, nah, man, I never got it. He goes, oh, why didn't you say anything? I'm like, oh man, I'm not the kind of person, like, if it happens, it happens, The next day I go to the dealership in Sacramento and get a Street Glide. I get a Street Glide, and I had nobody to ride with out there. I didn't even know. I GPSed everything in Sacramento because I was, just lived there for a few years, so didn't know the routes and where to ride at. So I had the Street Glide. And then obviously, I had a child, and then my ex-wife at the time was like, "Oh, I'm so against riding," and ended up giving it to my brother Zach, and riding it. So like, I took a few years off of riding. Like I wasn't riding. And then I went back home a few years ago and had a few of my bikes that were at my mom's house, and my brother just went on a rip, like a little 30-minute rip, and I was like, dude, I miss riding. I absolutely miss riding, miss having a bike. And I think I flew back from Ohio to Vegas and went to the dealership and bought a bike, and then just kind of this. So I think I got 11 or 12 bikes right now. And, so that's it.
That's insane.
Yeah,
That's insane. That's cool.
Yeah, it's
You
like,
need your
I
garage space. Shit.
Yeah, it's bad. More garage space. I got bikes in Tennessee. I got them in Ohio. I got them, all over. I got one in California getting worked on. A couple. I think I have 4 getting built right now. That's getting built
Oh
up.
my
And it's
goodness.
like,
I just don't see the problem.
yeah. So it's like I have a bike, and all my friends come out too, and they come out and train, and they stay with me and train. And I'm like, hey, let's ride the bikes to the gym. We'll go on a ride. So like, hey, in between sessions, we'll go ride, grab something to eat. So
That's
it's kind of what I'm doing, or working on them, things like that. My buddy has a shop too called V Twin Works. So they have like a lot. And that's what the stunt rider's at. So he does a lot. We go over there and do, stunt riding and stuff, and work on the bikes. And so just learning, man, just getting involved and just getting hands on with it.
There was a
I
question
was in
from
Vegas for
ahead.
Thanksgiving,
Yeah, good.
and he was ready to
Oh,
leave
that's
Thanksgiving dinner to go ride motorcycles.
Yeah.
How you like living? When we do this question first,
Yeah.
Riding Fish says, "Hey, since your fights are so late, sometimes do you take naps before them?
Yeah. So
and what kind of food and snacks do you do on fight day to stay?
okay, that's a good one. So usually, like, I eat clean year round. My girlfriend is amazing. Like, she literally makes every meal for me. Like, she wakes up. I mean, it doesn't skip a beat. Had the baby, man. She was doing everything. Like, I tell her a lot of times, hey, slow down. Like, it's okay, So we go off. I use a dietitian with the UFC, Charles Stull. He's the UFC dietitian that basically gives me my macros, like the proteins, the fats, the carbs that I need to have, and then she makes these elegant meals that just are so good. So I eat that year round. I see when I'm in camp, I have to smaller proportions. Like I have to have 8 ounces of the protein. I have to have less of the carbs on certain days of training level. But outside of camp, I just up it, to 10 ounces or 12 ounces. Because I eat the same stuff. I'm kind of a creature of habit. I'm like something that I like, I can just eat it nonstop. So she's good with rotation of different, cuisines that she tries and does, and she's always on Pinterest finding new recipes. I want to try this. So actually, it's great. So for that, it's easy. Like I have a fresh cooked meal, a couple meals, anything I need, she does for me. She's phenomenal. But like fight day, and fight week, so we're cutting so much weight that you don't want to eat horrible things before the fight, because your fuel is what you're going to use. So usually like fight morning, I have like a yogurt protein, berries, granola in that. have my coffee, and then it's usually like a heavy carb pasta with some either chicken or steak, and then I snack, and that's my main like lunch. And then if I'm fighting later in the day, then I'll have like kind of a sandwich or something that keeps you kind of just your metabolism going. But you don't want to eat too late, And for me, I'm always at a deficit, so I feel good at a deficit. A lot of people can't train or can't fight on that, so I kind of fight empty stomach, kind of like I use, how I'm always redlining. A lot of people can use more carbs when they're burn fuel. I try to burn into more like the fats and the proteins to give me my energy. So yeah, I definitely do try to nap. Sometimes she lays beside me and I'm, before the fight, and I'm like in my nap, I'm like throwing punches and kicks. She's like, you were just fighting. I'm like, yeah, I'm
Oh, wow.
kind of tight though, so she might have to wear a mouthpiece or a headgear, in bed. So like I have vivid fight dreams. I'm constantly, like I'm so obsessed with fighting. Like when you have this adversary you're getting ready for, he's constantly in your mind. Like I'm thinking of this guy from China I never really met.
When you're
He's trying
eating, when you're sleeping, whatever you're doing something.
Oh, anything. I'll be on the bike sometimes and I'm in my own mind thinking about the fight and like the combos and like the training, like, and I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm on the bike, like moving my head a little bit.
It's almost real to you.
But then I'm like, holy shit, like how long did I not know that I was riding for? I was just in my mind, like I missed my exit, or like, like I'm, just riding through the desert aimlessly on a bike. But it's good. Like I just like that. Because when you're on the bike, it's just you, the bike. You got to look out for traffic and all that stuff. So for me, like it calms me down a lot. That's why I truly enjoy riding a lot. Like what's one thing that kind of gets me away, because I'm so in depth with that bike. I'm like, you got to watch. Traffic out here is crazy. A lot of drunk drivers. Always accidents. There's always motorcycle accidents out here, and people driving just horrible. But yeah, for me, it's just something that's fun to do, and I got such a good support system. I'm going through, family, friends, teammates, and and the fight day is awesome. It's one of those things, like getting to the fight is the hardest thing. Getting there healthy and not injured, making weight on, making the weight, and then also people don't understand like the reload. Talking about replenishing, rehydrating, so you're ready and your energy and you're feeling good. Cut 25, 30 pounds over a course of 8 weeks. And usually it's like the last week you're cutting like 15 to 20 pounds. Some fighters fight, cut more. So it's science. You got to like really peak your body. You can feel good 2 weeks before. I've had the best sparring. I felt good, but that doesn't matter. What matters is on fight night. And sometimes I'd wake up on fight night or fight day and be like, man, I do not feel like fighting today. That's one of the worst feelings. But like I talked about earlier in the podcast, it's like flip the switch. It don't matter how you feel. It's what you do. You have a job that you go out there and you do it. So like I said, I have a great support system, throughout, friends, family, teammates. I get to live a dream, it's something like I sacrificed so much to be in this position to go in there and fight in the UFC and be a world champion, that I get another platform to go out there and showcase my skill, hard work, dedication, and the heart, and the courage inside the octagon against another man that believes that he's the best fighter in the world too. And he's overcame so many obstacles in his life to get here, and we're getting paid now to fight. I did that stuff for free because I loved it. I fought for free for years. And, so it's just a combination of that. Oh, Riding Fish said, are you allowed to use IVs after weigh-ins? No, we are not allowed to use IVs. I just got drug tested yesterday. You guys saw I sent you guys the I was like, I thought the podcast was yesterday. I was like, man, I know I had it on my schedule for Tuesday. So I was rushing. I had to go to wrestling, and then I'm like, hey, I got to fly back. I was telling my girl that, hey, I have a snack for me because I don't know how long this is going to go. I get informed, because we're on 365. Like I go on this ride with you guys in Route 66. I gotta tell them where I'll be at, where I'm going. I have to log into an address where they can come and test me. 365, 20. They can come right now and test me. I got tested yesterday. Wow. So I yesterday it was just a urine sample. Usually I do urine and blood, yeah, so no IVs. They don't allow us doing IVs. Even if we get sick, like we're not allowed to go and get IVs. Like it is the list that's prohibited for us to take and do is and it's always changing. So you always have to be on the database going like, hey, can I take this supplement? Is this a third party tested supplement? Is it, is it going to pop on a test? Like, and knock on wood, I've never even flirted with the line of anything being tainted. I always check my supplements that I use. I eat the top, steaks and protein and food that my girl goes and gets at the grocery store, just to not have that blemish of a question of like, oh, is he cheating? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
Because
there's
most
so
of the
many
time they're
ways to
blaming
play.
the supplements, right?
Oh, supplements, or oh, hey, it was the food,
Yeah.
but there's so many, it's like, what are you willing to do? What are you willing to do to win? At this point, anyone, people want to win, so they're going to find ways to flirt with that, push the envelope of cheating. What's going to give them a better percent of it? If they can take this little supplement, it's not going to go under the radar and not get tested. So there's doctors out there that they probably hire to pay like, here's $25,000 for you to do my basically my blood work and medicals and stuff that I can do, so I can evade these tests that won't pop on tests. It's like, to a doctor that's corrupt, they're like, oh yeah, for sure, $25,000 extra just to do this for you. Okay, cool, and then this guy wins these fights and gets $100,000 bonuses and more money gets sold for him.
Yeah. And
We
the
get
stakes
show
and all
money.
that stuff.
We get show money and then win money. So show money is making weight. Technically, you got to win to get your other check. Whether it be whatever your fight purse is, and you get your win bonus. So you got to win, so you get 2 checks. So it's like, for them to spend $25,000 or wherever it is, paying this doctor off. This is just my thinking how fighters do that, and get away with it, and that aren't intelligent or don't know how to scientifically evade these tests. Like a former opponent has for years, and finally he got caught up on it. But for me, it's like, fighting so primal. It's like, I feel like if you have to take those kind of things to, go in there and fight, and it's just like, for what, for what risk? I think what levels the playing field is that, hey, we contracted, like, hey, you're able to take testosterone or peptides or anything you want, you're able to. You don't have to, but you're able to. You're just letting it's like, because you're never gonna catch everyone that's cheating. There's so many fighters from all over the world that are cheating. You think they're testing guys in Brazil and Russia like they test the guys here in Vegas? Like, we're a portal.
No.
Where the fights are here, all the fighters are here, so all the drug testing agents, it's easy. They go to the UFC Performance Institute where I was training at yesterday. Oh, Cody's here this time, I'm going to test him. Like, I just got done with wrestling and had to literally go do a sample. But they're trying to clean up the sport, but there's just never going to be that fighter that's not going to want to try to cheat to win more money. It's bottom line.
Gotcha.
Wow.
See,
All right.
see if there's any more questions here. Let me see. I'm getting your Instagram right now, so let's see if I can get your.
Well, wait a minute, Chris. I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jason Christensen is asking me something, Cody, you can't do. Says, Max, what are you drinking tonight? I'd like everybody to know that I'm sticking to the beer diet this month. I'm drinking Guinness Foreign Extra Stout. Now, everybody knows that Guinness is the granddaddy of porters and stouts. Yes, and that's good stuff. But where you get extra stout, which is coffee flavored and a little bit bitter, the Foreign Extra Stout is a favorite in the Caribbean and in Africa, and it has a higher alcohol content. You can't get this mostly anywhere in the States anymore. It's kind of hard to find.
Wow.
I bought some at the Open Gate store in Baltimore, and I found some at Jungle Gym. So if you're in the tri-state area, that's where you can get it. And now, because I talked about drinking, I have to read the disclaimer. Here at Throttle Line, we believe that bottles and throttles do not mix. We promote responsible drinking and spirits and do not condone drinking and riding.
Drink
While
water.
we may enjoy a drink or two during the podcast, it's Chris.
Yep. Gotcha.
I got
We
Diet
do so
Coke,
safely.
man.
We do so safely at home with no riding taking place afterwards. Please enjoy responsibly. Follow your local laws and never drink and ride. Ride safe and live free. Thank you,
Yeah.
Mr. Jason, for asking for that question. I appreciate you. I like to know somebody's caring about me out there. Thank you.
Yeah. So, Cody, how much more time you got? I don't want to keep you on
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I got a few more questions. It's fine.
Okay. One of the questions I was going to ask actually was, what did you think about the new ownership and the transaction with Indian? Do you have any ideas on that?
Yeah, actually, I was speaking with Angelo. I think that's when it kind of first. I think he came out to Vegas right when they did the standalone, and I was kind of asking him, what he thought about it. I think it's great overall. Get away standalone. I think they can do a lot more things that they couldn't do with Polaris. It will take some time, but I'm excited to see the future of Indian.
Awesome.
Well, we're allowed to do burnouts now on camera.
Oh yeah.
They told us that in LA. I got excited.
Right. Yeah. I remember I go out to Sturgis and I had shorts on, and they're like, "Oh, you got to put pants on." This guy was he was a great gentleman. He's like, "I got some pants for you," because we there's no Ubers in Sturgis, so I'm like, it was our first time there, so we're trying to get the layout. This guy gave me a size 38 pant. I'm like, dude, I think it'd be more hazardous for me to try to put these pants on, man. I'm like, hey, I'll run back to the Airbnb, grab some pants. And the same thing with the Ford series. We're in Vegas, and we're at Lake Mead, and it is 110, 112. They made us put full jacket on, gloves, boots, we had to wear ride boots, and we could not have our visors up. And I'm like, man, I was out there, super thankful, grateful. I just got this beautiful bike from Kraus with an Indian. I'm like, man, I literally just fought. So I just literally flew back from Atlanta like 2 days before. And I'm like, man, I'm Kraus was out there, Twitch, and we were just burning up. We couldn't do it. And then I had to go back later for another company, a hot bike magazine tour to the same spot. And I'm like, and I flew out the next day. I had to fly to Ohio the next day. And I was like, man, it was the same thing. Jacket, man, because Indian, they couldn't do that. So hopefully they'll be a little less loose with restrictions of that.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody know what Bob Cole's? I had so many questions going through here. I guess he had a question. I want to make sure his is answered. Let me see. Connie, you got anything?
I can't see his because you didn't put me on all the platforms.
I think he's on. He's on
the
YouTube. What's that?
He asks a question about a cheater. If I can find it, I think that's Bob. It's a ways back.
If he's still on here, please just go ahead and type your question again, and we'll get that typed. I'm just going through the thing, and I'm looking for his name, but it scrolls so fast sometimes I can't even see it with my bot going in there, so I don't get everybody. That's what Connie. You're fired.
Yay! Promises.
You just made her night.
Yeah, you did.
Are you planning on going to Sturgis this year while we're going through the comments here?
Yes. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm not gonna. Hopefully, I don't have to miss another rally. I think that was fun. It was enjoyable. Now I got to lay out and understand what to do. I've never been to Sturgis, so it was great to see. And honestly, it was so surprising seeing so many Indian riders out there.
Same for me. The ratio was superior than any other bike we got.
Yeah.
Sturgis, that was my first.
Oh, cool.
The question he has here, and I guess this is it. You can see it on there. Walk away from Alpha Male.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. I saw that question.
Yeah, it was a heated rivalry, with how close we are at Team Alpha Male. Like Uriah Faber has built just a phenomenal brotherhood. Like I was speaking on, inside of his martial arts academy. So we looked after each other. We were like family members. And I went there at 22 years old, so I was 1-0 as a pro. I went out there with a dream to be a world champion. And so I was in TJ's camp a lot, helped out him out a lot. He helped me out a lot. It was a co-op of training and preparing ourselves to fight the best. So yeah, and I already knew what he was doing, what he was on. It was at the end of the day, I got to fight this guy. And I did ask for more invasive testing. I think during that fight camp, I got tested 1 or 2 times. But I think they could have been more strategic on the testing after, and then it was years later he got popped and I get text messages and say, hey, sorry we didn't catch him earlier from the drug testing agency. And I'm just like, yeah, what are you going to do? Cry over spilt milk? It is what it is. My life's good. I'm in the UFC still. I'm still living my dream. He's done.
And to this day, you're more relevant than he is. So
exactly, what I mean? Like, and for me, he has to have an asterisk at his name for the rest of his life. He could have done all these records and been a world champion, but at the end of the day, you got caught cheating. So it's tarnished. For me, I'll always go out there and either come back with my shield or on it. That's kind of how I fight, and I can have honor with that when it's my time to walk away from this fight game.
Awesome. Another question is, how many months do you have to wait till you fight again?
Man, it's crazy. Like we were just talking about that with a lot of my teammates. My buddy just fought overseas in the Middle East and fought, and then he was already on the flight back, or when I think he was on vacation in Italy, he got a fight already. So I'm like, it is kind of, yeah. Sometimes you can, you can fight, 2 months later after your fight, or it's, for me, it's going to be 9 months, for my last fight. I've been sidelined, over a year. Sometimes I fought every 3-4 months. For me, I like to fight 2 or 3 times this year. I think that'd be great for me. I'm always training, always in the gym. So 2 to 3 times for me would be great.
I guess it depends on how much damage you take also.
That true.
Patty Pimblett isn't going to fight the next week.
Dude, yeah, no, gosh, no. He was in a barn fight. I mean,
exactly.
That takes some time off. But yeah, like I said, like how much damage you take not only in the fight but fight camps. Camps, you're fighting every day, a couple times a day. Like you're getting your body ready for battle. So the injuries that you sustain could only be maybe a shoulder, or a hip, or a knee, but they linger. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, then you're like, man, I'm like after the fight, you're really banged up. And it's not from a lot of times not from the fight, it's from the camp. So that's why I said earlier in the podcast, it's like it's such a blessing to get to the fight day at 50, 75%. I don't think anyone there. It's a handful of times that you're 100% healthy going into a fight because you're constantly, training and sharpening your skills inside that 8-week training camp. So you're training 8 weeks at the highest level, with other UFC fighters that are sharp, that are tough, that are, so you're just, iron sharpen iron, right? So you have to do that and have to prepare for that inside the octagon. So like you take a lot of damage inside those mixed martial arts camps.
Now, when does before the fight, is it like the day before that you stop, or when's the training kind of stop?
No, for me, like my last hard day, I'm talking like pass out, be drug out, almost collapse, is 10 days before the fight. And then I start weaning it down where I still touch the red line where you're getting your heart rate up, but you just touch it. So your body is not, when you go into the fight, you're not gassing because you're like, oh my gosh, you're not catching, you're able to catch a second wind. So you just touch that red line to where your body is used to performing there, you used to being there, but you don't have to hold it at that longer duration like I spoke about earlier. So about 10 days is my last hard. We do fight simulations. So, I'll have my coach do pad work, hard pad work. Then that might be for 20 seconds or 30 seconds. And then next, the guy comes in and he's sparring me. I got to spar him for however long. Then another guy comes in and he's trying to take me down. I got to fight the takedown, or I got to be in bad position. So it's like chaos, so it's controlled, but it's so taxing. It's so hard because you're going against 5 or 6 different, people inside that 5-minute round. You get a minute off. You have to do it again and again. So that gets you like just your conditioning up, but also the chaos. Like, hey, you might be feeling good and you get hit with the right and you might be off, or the guy takes you down. You got to be in that position to get up. So you have to like really train yourself for like the worst case scenario. So when you're going through that, you don't gas, or you don't blow your load, basically, as they say inside the octagon, that you can keep that pace up for a 15-25 minute duration.
Do you think that kind of gets in your head a little bit also? Because every day, I guess after training so hard, and it just, you getting lighter and lighter every day. It's like, man, I got to get in there. I got to be ready. Yeah.
Fight camp's very stressful. You know what I mean? Like just to stay healthy, but also push yourself to the limits to where you're able to go out there and perform at your best ability and not let, fatigue makes cowards of us all. Like
Yeah.
when fatigue sets in, a lot of men crumble. So being able to push yourself past that fatigue state, saying, "Hey, fuck it, I'm in this fight. I don't care what I gotta do to win this fight." So training your body only physically but also mentally is a huge part of the sport. Mentally going through that fire.
Gotcha. Well, man, good luck, man. And when is this fight?
All right,
So
appreciate
we
you
can tell
guys.
everybody.
Thanks for having me on.
Oh, you're fine. When's the fight again? So we can get
March 7th.
March 7th. Hey, Les, are we going to be over your house watching this bad boy?
Well, we actually might be too. A buddy of mine actually gets the EST all the time.
Let me lower Max.
I
gotta mute Matt. I don't know what he's talking about. Hold on a second.
Mute him.
I am. I'm muting him right now. All right, go ahead.
No, a buddy of mine always has the ESPN2. So we go over to his house most of the time and watch all the fights. So we'll definitely be catching you on the tube, man.
I appreciate that. Yeah, definitely. Hopefully get a good knockout, and then we're gonna go on some rides together.
Hey, no, that sounds great. That'd be great.
We'll stay in touch. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Hey, no problem, man. Hey,
thanks so much, Cody.
Yeah, text us anytime you want to come on. Maybe after the
fight. Hey, Cody, thanks a lot for being on here, buddy. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you too, Max. Waiting for the invoice, Alex.
Yes, sir. We'll catch up this week. No worries.
All right, Angelo. See you guys. Have a good night. Take care.
Jordan and the baby, my love. I'll talk to you later.
I will. I'm gonna go feed her and probably change a diaper right now. I'm on dad mode. I'll see you guys.
See ya.
Great guest, man. Great guest. Have a good night. All right, man. That was freaking awesome. All right. So let me move some people around here real quick, and then we'll get we'll do some final thoughts with you guys. Go ahead, Les. You got anything to say right now?
Well, actually, Amanda had a question in the chat here. She was asking about the fiber for Mike's bike, and she wanted to get some put into the showroom. So she was asking about that.
So we got to finish developing this bike right here, and then Mike's actually going to get the second set of prototype forged carbon fiber lids. The first set are on their way to Bob Cole right now. Mike will get the second set. And I will get the third set. I always end up getting the last of everything. Actually, Brandon Davidson's going to get the last. I'm going to get mine, then Brandon. But
so, Angelo, what I want to know is because Bob paints, he's painting your carbon fiber, right?
So we sent Bob some stuff to paint for this build. He sent the parts back. So we collaborate with Bob and also another company out of Quebec. But I'd like to get Bob more busy painting more carbon fiber parts for us.
But the thing is, though, your carbon fiber can be painted.
Yes. If you look at, I would turn the camera around, but this is a giant mess over here. But yeah, we can paint all of our carbon. It's the exact same thing as working with aluminum or fiberglass. It's simple and easy to paint. It's just lightweight, and it's much stronger than the other two options, right? So
I will tell you this.
We saw the blue bike that Fish and he's been covering it, and Mike's been covering it. I mean, it's a beautiful. It is. It's an outstanding looking bike.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not saying he does great work. I'm just going to tell him to kind of center himself into the screen a little bit because the short side of the screen has got him cut off.
Sorry.
You're good. All right. I know you want to show that bike off in the background.
It's naked. There's nothing on it yet to show off.
How many people do you have working for you? Are you just doing it by yourself or what's going on?
We have a pretty hefty crew down in Etobicoke that we have a factory there. We're also in the middle of opening up a manufacturing plant in Minnesota as well now too, to keep up with demand. We don't just build motorcycle parts; we build other stuff as well, right? But the motorcycle stuff is my passion. It's my hobby. It's what I love to do. That's how I've met so many great people. Some of my best friends I've met in the motorcycle industry: Alex, Fred, Mike, Cody, and other people. Even I didn't even know who Cody was, to be honest with you. He introduced himself and he walked away, and Alex was like, that's Cody.
Yeah,
No,
I
he's a
knew. Because I'm a big UFC fan. I was like, "Fuck, Angelo, you don't know him?" He was like, "No."
Oh my gosh.
So, but we've the Indian communities. I used to have Harleys. I had Victories.
Mhm.
I've had street bikes. But the Indian community is a great community. And
Mhm.
that's why we're growing, and that's why I love doing this. But we got, I think in total between the two plants, we'll have just over 40 something employees.
Mhm. Oh, cool.
So
That's awesome. And I can tell you what, I've seen Fish has got carbon fiber, and it's freaking awesome. All right, you do a great job. I've seen the King of the Baggers, Mike up close. Fabulous job, man, and especially coming out of a wreck or a slide, and it looks the same almost. It hardly ever gets
Yeah.
damaged.
I think Gator Mike covered this with you. The very
Mhm.
first year that we built carbon for the race team, they
Mhm.
hit the wall.
Hmm.
And they hit the wall really hard. And all the aluminum brackets that held the fairing on broke. The
Mhm.
fairing did not crack. It did not splinter. It did nothing. They literally replaced the brackets and put the same fairing back on the bike.
Wow.
Wow.
So there's a testament to the strength. Alex knows. I know. Mike Sapania knows. Like I
Mhm.
saw that bike after it was hit, and I couldn't believe that the carbon fiber stood up to that.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it's awesome. And hey, Alex, you got a great business too. I mean, how many people are working for you? Or are you just doing this by yourself?
We are two guys that owns it, like me and Manuel, and we have our machinist that works also. He's not working for us; he's working for his own company, but he's doing that as a hobby. Also, he has mills, he has CNT, 3, 4 axes, like as a hobby, and then yeah, we're just two of us. I'm doing all the behind the scenes stuff, while Manuel is the builder. He's the one that's pretty catting all our parts, and yeah, we're doing everything out of Canada with North American material, and that's something really important for us. So yeah, doing everything on our own is something, but yeah, this year we're planning on doing an expansion and hiring some people to help us do the easy work like shipments and all that stuff, because while I'm doing that, I can't like work at opening the market and finding people like Angelo's and all to work with. And so that's something I will focus more in 2026, just to be able to work more on optimizing my business overall.
Gotcha. And I just put this a slide on here, kind of our friends. I mean, I never met you guys, but I can tell you guys are just the greatest. I mean, your guys are
Yeah,
good, really
like
good. And I think you guys do excellent work. I mean, I've seen it. I mean,
I
Davidson Audio
appreciate
is
it.
in here too.
Yeah,
And I
absolutely.
consider that's the reason why I want to promote you guys. We don't get nothing from these guys. I just want to make sure that's clear. Okay. This is how the community is. It's just helpful. It helps. They help everybody and we help everybody. And that's the way it is. I mean, Indian community has got something really special. And I don't think Harley, I mean, well, I'm not going to dish on Harley, but I'm just going to say, I don't think it's the same otherwhere else. I think everybody's a competitor and everybody wants to fight each
Hmm.
other. And I think what's great about and while it gets bigger, well, get more manufacturers in there, people are going to be fighting for the same kind of parts and that kind of stuff. But right now, these are the best of the best in the Indian manufacturer and aftermarket parts right now. So I just wanted to let everybody know that. And I'm glad you guys are on here tonight. I really appreciate you guys coming here and yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and
Yeah.
so do
freaking
I. I
awesome.
appreciate the invitation, and then I just think we're doing that for the good reason. There
Yeah.
there's so much people in life, and even not just in that industry, but not just not doing these things for the right reason. And we're just here to because we love motorcycle, we love that industry, and we're trying to put some food on our table every fucking day we're working, and we're
Mhm.
not doing that because we want to be like multimillionaire or whatever it is. We just want that industry to grow, and if they're selling more bikes, I'm selling more parts and vice versa.
Yep.
Yeah, none of us are gonna get rich making motorcycle parts, but we do it because
Like
we love it. Like we love
Yeah.
it. It's Alex and I talk about this every day. The community is growing. The and the new ownership is going to focus a lot on aftermarket, which is
Yep.
great for us.
Hmm.
We're getting support from the manufacturer, but it's the community that keeps us doing this. There's days when I wake up and I'm like, do I really want to do this anymore? And then, I look at I see people posting my parts and my products, and we go to these events and we meet our customers, and it's the camaraderie that goes along with it that really makes it worth it for us.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we're all eating in the same pie, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if we just can't make this pie bigger all together and help each other, that'll be just the best for every people in that pie. As simple as that.
Yeah, we plan on being. Yeah, go ahead, Les.
I'm just reading in the comments here. Mike from Ray Culture said that Angelo gave him a dog.
Yeah.
What's that about?
So I have a Kenny Corso, and we bred him, and we had a puppy left over. And I know Mike was, I brought it up to him. He's like, I'd love a dog right now and whatnot. But basically, I told him, let's meet in Chicago and have dinner. And we brought him a puppy who's now, I think he said he weighed in today at like 96 pounds, sorry. So just under 100 pounds. But yeah, he's a big girl. One of the two things I told him when I gave him the dog, I said, don't let her sleep in your bed and don't let her sleep on the couch. I have multiple photos of Mike cuddling with this dog on the couch and in bed. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's freaking awesome. All right, guys. These guys are going to be on here again, hopefully. I think this is your first podcast, right, Angelo?
Yeah, my very first podcast.
Yeah, so you did great, man.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and we gotta share this community more and more. I know it's gonna be a little bit harder in the summertime because we got so many things going on. Hopefully, we're gonna be going to a couple of your events. We're definitely going to Sturgis. We're just gonna find a lovely place to stay. We're gonna be looking at that on Saturday.
I can highly recommend Rapid City. It's my favorite place to stay there.
Yeah,
Alex stayed there with us this year. It's close enough to everything, and far enough away that you can sleep at nighttime.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where we stayed when we went in 24, and that's where Chris and I have been looking at for this trip. So,
yep,
works perfectly.
You guys got anything else you guys want to talk about real quick, or something going on? Any events? You want to check out your website, your social media?
We have Daytona Bike Week coming up. I think that's a big one for both of us. You'll see a lot of new parts coming out for the bike that we're building for Daytona. 99% of the stuff that I do, I run by Alex. Obviously, he's become a great confidant in building bikes here. Mm-hmm. So you're going to see some new TNA and Lawless parts coming. Alex, go ahead with your...
Yeah, same for me. Like every year, as soon as we can launch some new parts, we're doing it. We have a bunch of new parts that are on the vault and all just waiting to be released. It's just a question of, step by step, and we don't want to rush anything and then flood the market with unnecessary parts. So I'm just targeting what's necessary first to not shoot myself in the foot. But yeah, we're going to be in all the main event of Indian this year. We're going to be in Daytona, where we want to do Sturgis as well, and then we have a bunch of projects with Indian and Angelo and Cody. Like he was saying, we're building a Sport Chief RT at the moment with them. So that's going to be an exciting one because he's usually building baggers with Indian. So it's going to be his first Sport Chief. And that's what we are like doing 90% of the time here. We are like 90% of our lineup is Chief Sport. So that's going to be a fun one.
And that new
is there going to be a specific place where you guys are lined up to show your products at?
Unfortunately, no, because as same as y'all guys, when we are out there, we want to enjoy the community. So if we're just staying at one place, we won't be able to attend all those different events that we want to attend. So we are going to announce on both of our social, like our schedule, where we plan to go and all that stuff, but we won't have like a fixed setup to do something over there. We will have we're bringing 8 bikes from Quebec City to Daytona, so it's like a 3,000 kilometer trip. So we're bringing a lot to showcase and all, and we're attending events and contests, but we're not going to set up like a tent and stay there for a week. Like, for me, I think it's better to be in the community, being able to ride with our customers, talk with them, and all that stuff. So that's more. I think that's a bike week. It's all about meeting people.
So the bike behind me will be on display on Main Street at the Indian booth.
Yeah.
You'll be able to see our products: Lawless, Dean Speed, Kraus, Heartluck. We got a bunch of stuff on this thing. I can't even remember. Ride Culture's got some new stuff coming out for this as well.
The tank has been cut by Barnstorm also, and is getting
Yep.
paint in our shop here in Quebec at the moment. So there's
Yeah,
a lot of
so
collaboration on that bike.
Lot, yeah. We got basically everybody in the industry is involved in this bike, and
Yeah.
Alex and I have built multiple bikes together, and we collaborate really well. I find. So it's a TNA bike, but it's a TNA and Lawless bike. It's everybody's bike at the end of the day. The way I look
exactly.
at it, right? There's not just one builder involved. It's a group effort.
Yeah, that's what's cool about it, and that's what's great about Indian right now too, especially as they start supporting you guys like crazy. So as you guys know, we have a form on our website. So you go to throttleandiron.com. If you go into the podcast tab, a lot of people can't find the actual form, but in there you can ask Mike Kennedy a question. We will have him on the podcast February 24th. 2026 at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be a great podcast. I know a lot of people are going to be watching. Probably everybody is on here tonight.
2 hours?
Yeah.
It's possibly 2 hours. Yeah, because we got a lot of questions.
Oh my God!
You don't have to be on here. That's okay. That's fine. You can.
I'll take your spot. I have lots of questions.
Yeah,
Ask about the
I don't
Thunder
know,
State.
Angelo. I'm going to be asking the hard questions. He's not going to like me after he's done.
we might just have to kick him
no,
off before it.
I think these guys have a lot of really great stuff coming for the brand.
Yeah,
and
I think it is,
Mike
too.
Kennedy's the right guy for it. I've been to Indian events before, and this is the first time I've seen an Indian CEO at the event riding motorcycles. As soon as we got there, he was the first person I saw in the parking lot.
Yeah, not even
He
not
actually
just Mike
rode?
Kennedy, like all the buses over there at Indian was there.
Yeah.
Like,
They were all there.
Yes.
But Mike,
Yes.
I was unloading my suitcases, and Fred and I actually were unloading our suitcases, and Mike was riding around the parking lot. He was taking out, he was going on a media ride with a bunch of the guys, which really impressed me because normally
Wow.
CEOs couldn't even care to attend the event. So
Yeah, so I was over at our local dealership this last weekend, and they had come back from the dealer meeting, and they said that Mike had promised them he's going to come rolling in on a bike one day. He's going to be traveling around to multiple dealerships and taking trips, and it's all going to be by bike. So Mike is a biker. He's a biker.
that's what it's all about.
And Marcella, wait for a second. Go ahead. I was talking to him. But, hopefully he stays in there for a second. He's getting ready to leave, but I got a special announcement. I got to talk about everybody here in a second. You're good. I didn't want to interrupt you. He's just saying he got to hit the road, but I'll let you guys know. So next February is going to be, I can't use a special name, but it's going to be like Freedom Month. Okay. And what we're going to do is, and I got to work on this very hard on Friday to get all this stuff done. But we're going to, each week from Monday to Friday, we're going to try to highlight a manufacturer in an aftermarket business in Indian. And we're also going to do highlight each week, like East IMRGs, West IMRGs, Central South, and Central North IMRGs, pretty much each week, which is going to be cool. And then if any dealerships want to be kind of recognized on the podcast, we will do that also. But just to get ready for the riding season for March, where the temperatures are starting to get back to normal a little bit in some areas, where people will start riding. That's what we're going to do. So the next month, February, is going to be the month of, it's a Freedom Month, I guess you can say. And we're going to have some fun. So hopefully everybody joins for the ride. And we're going to do that for IMRGs and anybody that is in the Indian kind of business, especially right before Daytona or after Daytona, I guess you can say. Well, actually, it's going to be before Daytona, and then Daytona is actually February into March, so at the very end of the month. So I think that's going to be fun. I think you guys will be liking it and that kind of stuff, and we'll see what we can do. So, yeah. But yeah, you got anything, Les?
No, I think that's it.
All right.
Ready.
Are you ready to go, huh? Just kidding. I'm ready to get on a ride.
Yeah, Cody made me jealous. He's always out riding that guy.
Oh, I know.
Right.
And
He's
I guess
riding
it's
every day.
yeah, every day in Las Vegas. I mean, good luck on his fight. Hope he wins, and hopefully we can announce it. You know, the night or the next day on the podcast. Hey, our friend Cody is kick somebody's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And before we're calling it a night, I just wanted to say to all the that comments about Lawless and all in the comment, Jason Christensen, I saw Birded Bobber, Riding Fish, all my friends, Calvin and all. I just want to say I appreciate all the support and all, and we'll see each other soon, guys.
Yeah, before you guys leave, make sure you guys are liking the podcast. That's the best thing you can do. And tomorrow, when it's done processing, or tonight, make sure you put some stuff in the comments about how good the podcast is. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, I don't care. But make sure you do that. That's the best thing you can do for us. These comments right here do not appear until like 24 hours after it's processed. So make sure you guys are making some comments. That's that's the best thing you guys can do for us. All right, folks. I think unless you got anything, Angelo, you got anything?
No, I'm good. I'm dreaming of riding motorcycles right now. I'm ready for bed.
Me too. I know you usually are asleep by now.
Yeah, he sold us a trip, right?
Oh yeah, it's hard to let go. This is the reason why we learning to let go. This is the name of the song.
Yeah, we should let go 15 minutes ago.
Max, you're fired. See ya.
All right. So have a great night.
Thanks. Let's see it.
For the invitation.
You guys can stay on here for just 2 seconds after this is done. But anyway, guys, have a good night. See you guys. Like and subscribe on the channel, and we'll see Jason pretty soon. We'll see Kyle this Friday on the podcast. So everybody have a good night. We'll see you then. We're also on Spotify, so check us out there. I gotta find where the end button is.
Namaste.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.